Hey everyone, I'm Harley Finkelstein, President of Shopify, and welcome back to my channel. As we kick off the new year, I think a lot of us want to reflect on past goals and achievements, but also to set the stage for what they'd like to change in the future. And as entrepreneurs, it is very common for us to have big, audacious goals, and that's amazing. But while these New Year's resolutions can be fantastic forcing functions to kickstart motivation, if you can't turn those resolutions into actual habits, you may find yourself in the same place you were last year. So today I want to share with you some of the techniques, some of the tactics that I use and have used in the past to form and keep really good habits that I think have allowed me to build my business, but also ultimately create a life that I'm proud of today. So the first thing that I want to share from a technique perspective is focus on becoming just 1% better every single day. We all know that success does not come overnight, but rather through consistency, pursuing that goal every single day, no matter how audacious those might be. And a couple of years ago, I wanted to learn about meditation. Some of you that have watched this channel before or have heard me speak know that, I'm a type A personality and I have a lot of energy, but I also have anxiety. And so sitting still and just having some clarity of mind and having some headspace was really, really difficult for me. When I first started practicing meditation, I could barely make it through even a couple of minutes sitting by myself still. And while my coach would practice for a full hour of mindfulness with ease, I couldn't even do 5 minutes. So for an entire year, every morning when I got to the office, I would just sit there and I would practice some mindfulness exercises. And at first I found it incredibly challenging to eliminate distractions on what was coming that day. But every day my goal was just to meditate just a little bit longer every single day. What started as 2 minutes quickly grew to 2.5 minutes, and then to 3 minutes, and eventually to 4 minutes, and finally to 5 minutes. And before the year was over, I was actually able to sit and do a 45-minute mindfulness session without any distraction. And it became the highlight of my week and something I really looked forward to. And so these tiny improvements that may not be noticeable at first will actually result and will compound in exponential change over time. Number 2, change your mindset versus creating goals. I think we often use the word goals when referring to habits that we want to build or lifestyle changes that we want to make. And I think setting goals can be a great thing for short-term motivation that make us feel good, or to set your sights on something you'd like to achieve. But goal setting can also be, frankly, detrimental. Say your goal is to run a marathon. You train and train and train, and when the big day comes, maybe you're just too shy or too apprehensive or too intimidated to complete it. You may look at it as failing to achieve your goal, when in reality, what you actually accomplished is becoming a runner. As most entrepreneurs know, not every business will take off at first, or frankly take off at all. And often, your first idea will not be the final iteration of your business. I speak to people all the time who tell me that they tried starting a business and it didn't work out the way they planned. And I ask them if they're now an entrepreneur, and they say, well, yeah, but I failed on my first business. And so if your goal is to build a successful business, you may have not hit it yet, but in the process, you actually became an entrepreneur. And if that is what you're trying to achieve, you made it. Number 3, create a habit schedule that works for you. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, but not everyone is at their peak performance at the same time every day. Of course, early birds do their best work at 6 a.m., where others find their creativity is far better late into the night. So understanding your personal productivity habits and your own personal timetables and creating a routine that works for you is really important if you're going to implement change and stay on track. So first, take some time to do a self-analysis of when you find yourself the most productive, the most creative. You can usually measure this over a week and write down the times you feel mentally alert and when you have the highest energy. It's during those times of the day when you should add the new daily habit into your calendar. Back to meditation. When I first started practicing mindfulness, I knew that if I didn't put it in the calendar first thing in the morning, before I got busy with my work, I would never get it done. And so that's when I scheduled it. I put into my calendar every morning meditation for 10 or 15 minutes. Working new habits into the highest productivity point in your day will ensure that it doesn't fall into the wayside because you're tired or you lack motivation. So there you have it. These are some of the things that I have found to be really beneficial, really valuable in building better habits. And I'd love to hear how you all are able to build new daily habits into your own routine. So please share in the comments below your own tips and your own tricks, and don't forget to like and subscribe below. Thank you.